What's up, everybody? This is your girl Hoopz, and you're tuning in to WRUG Media Group.
Yo, mic check 1 2 1 2 is definitely going down in a major way. Y'all know how we do it, man. It's the boy XP, man. Back here with another hot one. Hey, I'm excited about this interview because check this out. I'm born and raised straight from Detroit, and I live in Tennessee right now. So on this interview, we got somebody that's from my hometown that's actually living in the same state that I'm living in. So this going to be epic right here. We got the homegirl straight from the D. My homegirl, Hoopz, how you doing?
What's up? You all right?
I'm good. What up, though?
What up, though?
That's what's up. You know we had to make it official being straight from the D. Now, for those who don't know, if you're sleeping under a rock, you got to be out of your mind. Nicole Hoopz Alexander, she's been in the spotlight for the last decade with her and her sisters. You got Jenny, Erica, Courtney, and Megan. Y'all star in Oxygen Network's It Takes a Sister.
Yep.
It's a reality show based on the former Flavor of Love winner and her single sisters, all 8 of them and their kids living under one roof. Now, I live with a wife and 2 kids, and I know it's hectic, so I can only imagine. Just give us a little insight, like when the cameras ain't on. How is it living with so many people in one roof?
Well, it is as crazy as it sounds. It definitely is, but without each other, I don't know what the heck we do. We'd be so bored. I mean, growing up, it was the same, you know. Thank goodness now the house is bigger because, it was 8 of us growing up, my mom, my dad, 6 sisters, and we literally had one bathroom to get ready in. And that was since we were kids, so we're so used to just being like a tight-knit family or whatever and fighting over stuff and people taking everybody's clothes, and it's just the same. We're just older now. That's the only thing different.
That's what's up. Now, being from Detroit, how did you first hear about Flavor of Love?
Oh, man, well, I didn't. It was that story's so crazy. I was in L.A. and visiting a friend, and, they kind of seen me and just was like, yo, go to this building or whatever. They're getting ready to close. And, I don't know about show business. I had done a little modeling, but it was nothing I ever aspired to do or was like a dream of mine, like I'm going to be like on TV. I knew I wanted to do something different other than your typical 9 to 5, like more of a hustler, But
right.
I said, okay, so I went to this building and I had to ask these weird questions, like about, where's the weirdest place you did it, and, are you single, or like just so many weird dating questions. But they never let on to, like, what kind of show it would be besides the dating show. So I didn't know who it was going to, none of us girls knew who was going to be, like, the guy. So a few weeks later, get a call, like, hey, you got 3 weeks to be out in L.A., we're going to do a little taping, this is a dating show. That's it. I had no idea. So whenever, we get into this big old house, and mind you, I'm just tripping out because I'm like, what am I doing? There's these cameras all around, and this is the very first time, like, I really got through into the spotlight, and it was, it changed my life. Well, all I remember is, and I'll never forget, those big old doors, and then all 20 of us just standing up there on the little, waiting for him to walk in. We still don't know who it is. And they're like, okay, 3, 2, 1. And then the doors open up, and Flav comes walking out. I was like to die. I said, oh, shit. I was like, no way. This is who we are about to be fighting for, So literally, if you go back, you don't see me for, like, the first 3 episodes. I was hiding. I'm like, well, I don't know if I can do this. This is crazy, but just because of that simple fact, you got 20, beautiful girls, and then this crazy guy, he made for the best show. We started everything,
Right. Yeah, definitely some fun times watching that show. So do you still keep in touch with Flav, over the years?
I haven't talked to him in a while. Last time I talked to him, it had to be 3 years ago, at least 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, at a comedy show or whatever, and we just hugged, and I love that man. I always will. I am where I am because of him, so he didn't have to pick me. He did. I won, and we've
That's
always been cool and friends, and we got a lot of love for each other, and, I respect him to death, so that's my guy.
Okay, so let's talk about your current show now, because this show is something totally different from the past shows you were on.
Yeah.
I know you won Flavor of Love, and then you went straight into a competition show, which you dominated in that show.
Yep.
So kind of talk about this show.
This show is different just because I'm opening myself up to the world, and, the other 2 shows were competition shows, so they got to see the competitive side of me, that's how I live my life anyway. I'm a protector, too. And I've always talked about my family on both the shows, and, you know, they've always been the most important thing to me. And then so I was just like, you know what, it's time to just open up my life or whatever and, you know, give everybody a glimpse inside and what it's really like. I mean, it's just real. And it has been that way forever. And I was just like, let's just do it. People need to get to know who I am. And they love it. They love it.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely. Now, what made you decide to move to Knoxville, Tennessee? Why that city out of all places?
Well, an ex of mine, Boo Jackson, he, you know, we were college sweethearts or whatever, and he was traveling playing basketball. And he was like, you know, I got a game out there or whatever, and possibly we might, you know, I might have to go there, you know, and we were dating at the time. And I was like, well, really? And I'll never forget because it was on Halloween, and he's like, well, you, like, literally, like, you want to go? And I'm like, I don't know, let me think about it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, why not? I'm just going to move. We literally picked up, we made the trip, we come out here, and it was just supposed to be for, like, a couple basketball games, you know, just a season. I loved it so much. I'm like, you can go back, but I'm freaking staying. And we just moved out here. So, yeah, that's how I got out here.
You know, coming from the north and me in particular moving down south, it's definitely an adjustment because, like, back home in the D, for those who don't know, we talking about Detroit, everything moves so fast up there. So when you come down south, you get a chance to kind of just breathe a little bit, sit back and just take it all in. You can slow down a little bit and kind of enjoy some of the things around you a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. It wasn't a big adjustment for me. I mean, I'm just being in the business. It's like a fast, but even like New York and working in Miami, it's so fast. I think that's one of the reasons why I love Tennessee. And obviously, you're still here too, so you have to love it. You know, it's you come here and you can get away from it all, and you can just slow down. And like you said, you can reflect, you can think, and then it just. I always say I have an energy meter, and when I'm here, I get to build it back up, and then boom, I can go out and do my work. And that was the other part about doing this show is to show people that there's a middle. You know, and it's not always extreme, like fabulous, you know, lifestyle of 24/7. And then, you know, it's like I can come back here and be me, you know, chill with my nieces and my nephews, have fun with my sisters or whatever. I run in my store out here, and then I can get all fancy and go do my jobs in the bigger cities, surrounding cities. You know what I'm saying? But being able to come back, I think that's important to be able to come back home and let down, you know, all that other stuff. The flashy stuff, you know, and be who you are. If you lose that, then I think you just lose yourself.
Right. So, you know, there's this whole big millennial movement, you know, that's kind of centered around our age bracket. What advice would you give to young people out there as they're making money? You know, a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, but sometimes people can kind of not use their money in the right way. And it's so important now. You know, with the cost of living going up, things are going up. What advice would you give to someone that may, you know, get their hands on some money? How can they flip that bread to where it can, you know, make them more money, so to speak?
Yeah, it depends on the type of person you are and the investments that you make. You know what I mean? You can't trust everybody in the game. You just really have to sit and come up with a plan. And, you know, the best thing that I did, and I bought a few properties or whatever when you get money, and I like literally if it's like a bankruptcy or like a, you know, all these homes that you can get for low prices if you do come up on some money and you can flip them, you know what I mean? Like just get into things like that, whether it's, you know, renting them or just rebuying or just reselling them, things like that. That's where it's at, just because property value is going up so fast. But, you know, nothing lasts forever. So, you know, just because you got a grip of money now, trust me, it's not going to last if you just keep blowing it. I mean, you got to make more money than you're spending. And a lot of people, they get excited and they're not thinking about the month after or this, that, and the other. You know, because a lot of our people, we don't know business management, not money management or like that. We were never taught that. You know, so a lot of us hang on just because of, you know, like environmental reasons, how we grew up. We never had it. So you either hold on to it or you want to spend it because of that reason. You know what I mean? So it's just good to find somebody that is a mentor for you, look up to, invest your money wisely, whether it is stocks or bonds. And, you know, if you just talk to people, ask questions. That's how I learned. Shaquille taught me a lot, too, just watching him in business and things like that. He's a smart business guy. But, yeah, I flipped mine in property and things like that. So I got stocks and stuff like that. You just keep it going, and you don't have to have a lot of money in there. It'll grow.
That's what's up. Now, you stepped in as executive producer for the reality show that you have with your sisters. You know, a lot of people are really turning to YouTube and Netflix for their shows that they're producing because they kind of get to keep their creative control, so to speak. How were you able to step in as executive producer on this show and kind of keep, you know, some of your creative control to wait so your story can get out the way you kind of see fit?
Yeah. Well, the thing is like, it's not hard if it's a real story to keep it real, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? We're not sugarcoating anything. We're not creating a story. It is what it is, so it's very hard to manipulate or change that. And so it makes it super easy. And I've always just been who I am for the last 10 years in all of my shows. You know, I'm not going to get in an interview and say something that, you know, maybe they want us to. And I was forced at first. Like, Flavor of Love, like, coming out, they wanted a structured show, you know what I mean, just to create the perception of drama and things like that, which it was real, the fights and even us fighting for his attention and, you know, whatever. That was real. But, like, you know, coming from the D, we're real people. Like, you're not about to – we don't just talk crap without backing it up, and not for any reason. We really got to be provoked. So my reputation in this business started as, look, she ain't going to do nothing she don't want to. It's just going to be her way, and that's about it. You know what I mean? Because that's how I picked and that's how I got to pick and choose, like, literally what I wanted to do. So it's a fine line between being too out there and showing yourself too much. I feel like you get washed out easy. So I don't know. You know, it works for us. And like I said, us being in this big family, living in this house is easy. It's normal. This is what we do. And the only new thing was bringing in cameras and putting it out there to the world, you know. So it wasn't hard at all. Right.
Now, me being a person that's on the media side and having to report on different things that go on in the media, I do want to give you a big ups for bringing positive programming to TV, because we're living in a world where there's so much reality TV going on, and it doesn't always paint us in the best of light.
No.
And some of your fans took to Twitter, and they kind of got at Shawnee O'Neal in regards to, you know, giving you some ups on bringing positive programming as opposed to some of these other shows where they show a lot of fighting. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, that was just, first of all, love my fans. They are die freaking hard. I'm telling you, like, they've been me through thick and thin. And when I see things like that, because typically, and especially back in my older day, you know, like, you only heard the negative things. And when you have, like, the world got your back and they're going after someone like, you know, all the other shows, just like you said, and I'm not trying to down any other shows or whatever, man, it felt so good. And Dre called me like, Nikki, yo, check this out. And I'm like, oh. And I wasn't even get on there and respond, you know. I'm not gonna give her any more light than, you know what I mean? Like, she probably needs my help, so her shows can have more ratings. Like, I'm not putting your name in my mouth. Like, I really don't care about you, you know. And that's my B side about to come out, but because you get so, I mean, that just shows how inferior you freaking are. That's fine. You can get on there and fight and have all these little things make you think that you're bigger than you are. My show is positive. You can say whatever you want. It's about family. It's about love. It's about being and coming together. We're not using any of these basketball players or whoever you would like to even get out there. And I didn't start that way. I built my career but myself. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. You know what I mean? I fought my way to the top or whatever. You work hard. And I think it's time for something positive. I mean, every time I come out, it's something different. But yeah, I'm not with all that drama, fake fighting and who's dating who and blah, 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 blah. And there's, you know, we have our love life problems, but that's real life. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So,
most
I love
definitely.
that they came to my back on that.
Yeah, big ups to the fans out there for definitely supporting positive programming. And again,
love y'all.
All the fans out there that's going to hear this interview, the more you keep supporting positive programming, the more pressure is going to apply to these networks to have to produce more content like that. You know, if we're tired of what we're seeing on TV, this is how you get more positive programming, by supporting. I got one more quick question. You know, being from the D and you live in Knoxville, if you can choose out of the 3 restaurants that you would love to see in Knoxville, which one would it be? Tubby's, White Castle.
I got to put a Coney Island out.
Coney Island. For sure. Man, and look,
listen,
I would literally pay somebody if they could figure out how to get the original Coney Island down south. Man.
That would be so. And listen, you know we love food out here. That is it. That's all people do out here on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're eating. Maybe we can make that happen. We'll just make the Coney Island next. That's the next business move.
Hey, y'all heard it first right here in Knoxville. Hey, y'all heard it first. Hey, we gonna bring a Coney Island. Hey, they gonna lose their mind. They have some. So you hit the club.
I know.
You go to church. Whatever you do, then you hit that Coney Island because it's 24 hours. Man, hey, this was one of the best interviews I've done in a long time. I feel like I'm straight at home.
I know. That's so crazy.
So let the fans know. So let the fans know, all where they can get more information about your reality show. When the new season's gonna be kicking off, all that great stuff.
Yeah. Y'all can anything that you want to know about the show. I mean, you can either go to my fan page on Facebook. You can go to my Instagram at @TheRealHoopz, Twitter at @TheRealHoopz, or log on to oxygen.com and you can comment and you can watch videos. You can watch some clips that weren't shown. And, I mean, it's just so funny. Like and comment on there, whatever. The more that they see, the better, obviously. So, everybody else will do. So you can catch everything on there, oxygen.com, and It Takes a Sister.
That's what's up, and fans out there, keep tweeting, keep supporting the show. I'm going to do all I can to make sure I spread the word because I'm a big fan of bringing more positive programming to TV. It's a great show. Hey, it's going down. It's your boy, straight from that Detroit, representing that Memphis, Tennessee.